All right, everyone, welcome back and thank you for checking out another episode here. Today, I want to dig into a topic that, depending on the industry you're in, could be something that makes up the majority of your overall insurance costs, and that is workers' compensation and how that premium is calculated. And I want to talk about it for two reasons. Number one, like I said, for some businesses, mainly the businesses we work with, this could be anywhere from 30 to 50% of your overall insurance costs. And the second reason is because a lot of people's mentality around work comp is that it is what it is. It's straightforward. There's not a whole lot to it. It doesn't differ much between companies. From a coverage perspective, that would be accurate. Work comp, from a coverage perspective, doesn't have too many bells and whistles. But from a pricing perspective, it can vary significantly. So let's talk about how work comp premiums are calculated, and then note some of the ways that you as a business can positively impact them and hopefully lower your costs over time. So number one, there are three basic things that go into your work comp costs. Number one is your base rate. And for those of you who don't know, work comp is calculated by taking your total payroll divided by 100 and multiplying it by the base rate. Okay? So if you have $100,000 of payroll, let's just say for an electrician, you would divide that by 100 and multiply it by the base rate. Depending on the state and the carrier you're with, this may vary, but you have no control over the class code that you're in. The only control you may have in this is finding a carrier with a more aggressive base rate for that specific class code that the state has you placed in. Now, once we've taken your payroll by the base rate, that is the first layer of calculating your overall premium. The next thing that goes into that, which you do have some control over, is your experience rating mod, okay, or your experience modification rating, whatever you want to call it. And that is, again, a rate calculated by the state, but instead of it being based on carriers, it is based on your overall safety as a business. And what they do through some ridiculous and impossible to understand calculation is they compare the size of your business to your peers in the same industry and take into account the number of claims you've had and the severity of claims you've had in the last 3 full policy years, and that overall will determine your experience rating. Okay, that can either go up, and anything above a 1 would be additional premium on top of your base rate, or it can be below a 1, which would then be a discount added into your premium. Okay, so now we've taken the base rate and then your experience rating, which again, keep in mind, is something that you can control as a business owner by having good safety and risk management practices. So once we've done that, the third piece, and often the most influential piece when it comes to your bottom line, is a carrier's schedule credit. And all this is a discretionary credit applied by the underwriting company that says we either like this account or we like this industry, we want to be aggressive on it, we're going to apply different credits or different amount of credit to that rating that we initially started with. In some states, it could be as high as 40%, low as 40%, meaning you can get another 40% discount. In other states, that's limited. But this is another area where maybe you can't control it, but you can find an agent who is capable of going and telling a good story to an underwriter, finding the right carrier who's willing to get aggressive in your industry and bring forth some sort of rate with some sort of significant schedule credit on there. Those are the 3 main components. Again, this is state specific, but in Delaware, if you're a business owner in Delaware, I'm going to give you 2 other pieces that you need to know on ways to save on your work comp. Number 1, if you have any type of construction or contracting operations, the state of Delaware has a construction classification premium adjustment program where contractors can earn up to a 19% credit on top of everything else for their workers' compensation. That is specific to the construction industry. But every business in Delaware has the ability to qualify for the Delaware Workplace Safety Program, which again allows for up to another 19% savings on your work comp bottom line. Okay? And there's different programs like that in different states. But I think it's important to understand how your work comp's being calculated so that you can adjust your mindset around, hey, it is what it is. There's not much I can do about it, because that's not true. By having a good risk management and safety program, you can help your experience rating. By having an agent who's willing to go to bat for you with carriers, you can help find a more aggressive carrier, thus a more aggressive schedule credit. And lastly, if your state has specific programs like the Delaware CCPAP or the Workplace Safety Program, you need to know about these so that you're not leaving savings on the table. All right, that's it for today. Any questions about those programs or to have a deep dive into your specific work comp program, just send me a message or leave a comment, and we'll be happy to see what way we might be able to help find you additional credits or just make overall improvements to your program.